Hello, everyone. This is Gemini Talks, and I hope you're all are having a wonderful weekend so far. I was supposed to record last week, but the recording that I did the week prior would not download fast enough. Not is it more than download? Upload. I would say upload. Yeah, didn't do it. So I had to wait a couple of days for it to go in. So day by day, I was making sure, like, I think for like 2-3 days, I was making sure that it was going through. I hope everyone's week has been going good so far. As I told you guys before on my last episode, which this will be 7, I believe, I will be doing chatting, like me just talking about my week. And then the second part would be me playing the game and talking about different topics from here and there. I don't know why I'm saying a lot. I was watching a streamer that got me into streaming, that got me interested in streaming because I had no idea what streaming was, and he was the first person I saw streaming. Was it like, I think it was fall 2021? I was watching him, and then by July 2022, he made a comment of how he's now trying out the things he should have done before, and we all live once, and we should just go for it. You never know. And I was already having an itching feeling about it, that's the best way I can come up with it. I had a feeling that I've never had before, and I thought, oh man, it'd be cool to be a part of this chat. And then I would brush it off with, which it took me a long time to be in the chat. Like, you gotta understand, I watched his reactions on YouTube for a while. But I'm like, Twitch, I don't know what that is. I don't want to be a part of it. But I'm not a people's person like that. Like, I'm not somebody to be like, oh, not all the time anyway, let me be the first person. Like, it has to be a reason why I do that, to be the first person to jump in. But I tried and to ignore it, the feeling I was getting. And it was like, oh, yeah, me being in the chat. But I think it was more as, oh, me wanting to have my own place and have fun. Like, I think, and I even thought, I was a little envious that, oh man, they're doing something I actually really like to do, was play games. And then have fun with people that also enjoy playing games. Like, while he is a movie buff, I am not. There are movies that I have seen and watched over the years, but I'm more like maybe music, but I'm the type of person, I listen to all different types of music, and I can't say I'm really impressed with like today's music with some of them. Like, I feel like R&B is coming back with certain people, and like and then hip hop is literally just dying. Like, every day on the news somebody that I've never heard of that is extra young, that could be ages of my nieces and nephews, are dying. Like, it's literally dying and dying, musically and in people. Oh. But my week has been, when I tell you I wanted to walk out the building yesterday, I have dealt, like, I had the room where, teachers didn't want to even be in my room. But I didn't have kids that spit and try to hit and kick and punch teachers. I've never had kids like that. And I had toddlers, 2s, 3s. I helped out with 4 on several occasions in the baby room. I was an after school teacher twice. I've never had to deal with that. When I tell you, if you got a 2020 baby, I am so sorry. Because it's either they're going to be good kids, or they just some effed up kids. And there is no in between. Like, because your child can be smart and be horrible, or your child could have no knowledge and be horrible, or your child could be smart and be good, or what you consider smart, common sense, stuff like that you think a child at 4 should kind of have. Or your child just really don't know much, but they're not much of a problem. They get that hyper energy that most humans, even when you get older, they get when they're around people, or they just have their own. Like, a lot of these 2020 babies, and then on up, like 21, they all need to get checked. Like, I've never think I've been in 2 different cities and see the amount of people that even adults, like, I don't know if they realize, or they built these cities for these 2 towns for that, but the amount of people that actually have mental health, and I'm not talking, I'm not talking about people that's stressed out and depression. I'm talking about special needs. And then like ADHD, ADD, like, but then ranging from babies on up. Like, when people tell you, have you noticed, and you look around, and this was 2018, 19, when I was working in a grocery store, and it's usually really hard for people that have like Down syndrome or something to get a job, and they finally do. But it's like at the grocery store here, so not even where I live. And I bet a whole bunch of us got like a little bit of something in us, but this is extreme to the point, like, America needs to do a real test study, because the amount of kids that are born and you can off the bat tell that something's wrong with them is insane. Or kids that you would think they look perceivably normal, right? They what you consider normal, and then when you look at them, and just, this is why I tell people, when I am in a place, if I don't know you, I'm in a classroom, anywhere, I just sit back and just watch, because I'm observing to see what's going on. Like, I've never encountered, I went to school with someone in kindergarten, and I found out my sisters know his mom and went to school with her, and she was really, 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 really sweet. And he could walk, because I was trying to remember before I recorded this a few days ago, just to make sure, but I'll hopefully I can remember. But like, a lot of teachers talk, and we ain't dumb. You can tell. A human can tell when another human is off in that aspect. Because the first time I had to teach somebody like that, and we are so unequipped for that, and in the future, like, I mean, like, now y'all need to equip teachers with that, real training, because there's different types of special need kids that are born, that are still being born, that will continue to be born, because I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's the fact that every day in the news there's something that they can't eat, because when I was growing up, sorry, that's the game. I've never had to, I can't eat Fruity Pebbles. Everything I can't, I don't even eat yogurt, but something in the yogurt, I ain't got to worry about nobody licking my ice cream. We just had to worry about Halloween and stranger danger. You make your family might that verbally and physically abuse you. But every day there's something on the news what a kid can't eat. They can't have their formula because something's wrong with them. Something's wrong with the meat. Something's wrong with lunch meat. Something's wrong with the macaroni and cheese. Something's wrong. And then the amount of allergy that these kids have are what their parents won't allow them to have if they don't just roll up in some dirt and grass. The most I've been sick is because I'm working with these kids. But I always knew when I would get sick. I got sick at the same time almost every year. It was always in wintertime, in January, February, all the time. It's to the point I can't even predict. And a lot of it is because working there and not getting sleep from different schedules and stuff like that. But this all will correlate into a story that, you know how, say if you made up your mind, right? Yeah, I'm leaving this person. I don't want nothing to do with them. But then you know how you might feel bad, or what about, you think about, man, I had them for so long, the kids, and then something like I'll say at my last job before I took the year, I didn't even know I was going to take a year. It just became a year and some change. Something happens over and over to let you know, nope, never mind. It's to let you know, no, you need to be determined that you're leaving. You need to go. That's great. You had memories. I get that you, at that point in time, you felt sad, but this is a new time period and you can't keep going back to the past. You want to keep feeling the same stressed out, frustration, anger, nobody cares, nobody seems to listen type feelings? Or do you want to move on with your life and start something new that you've never done before? Or extend your potential, if that makes sense. If you were a bus driver, you're like, man, I'll miss these kids, but then something will happen and it'll be reignite, oh nah, yeah, this is the reason why. One of the reasons why I gotta go. I'm not having it. And I'll make sure I'm not having that, because I'm pretty damn clear. This is just the last. And with what's going on with this little girl in my room, she came in the room, you could tell something was off of her, directly. I said, I had a little boy 2019. Me and him started around the same time. I started first and he came on later in the month. And when he walked through the door, me and the teacher could look at him and be like, oh, nah, something's going on. But at least his parents knew and they cared. And they worked with me, because I've never had to be alone in that situation with someone like that. I went to school with someone like that, and it was only one person out my entire school. And mind you, back then, it wasn't like they had a place for them to go. For school wise, you had to blend in with everybody else. And that's horrible, because you got other people to rely on. And, people back then, even in the 90s, not like they really want to admit stuff, or if something's going on, family members and friends want to act like it don't exist. And that's most of the time. People just act like it don't exist, and that person's sitting there well, do I got to act like it don't exist too? And that's for anything. It could be being hurt from other people, mentally draining, physically, spiritually, and people want to act like if we all just pretend that it's not there, it's not real. Drinking makes your problems go away. No, bitch, you're still gonna wake up with the same problems. That's why I can never understand watching my family members and their friends do this, and I'm like, you're drinking, but tomorrow you're still gonna have the same problem. So what's the point of drinking? Do that. That doesn't correlate well with what. But he, working with him and the teachers that he helped with his therapy and his parents, he became somebody that was able to do this program. They first started this, I think, was during, I think it was still COVID, but I think it was 2021, maybe late 2020. I think it was 2021, and they was doing like a preschool. They was trying to integrate them into a public school system for them, and he got accepted. And I remember his mom was crying and was saying thank you, and I was like, dang, man. He went from somebody that kids like with autism, he was nonverbal, was very picky, extremely picky. I'm picky with food. From breaking stuff, pulling hair, turning on lights, opening up the door, running, causing havoc, to him learning that, okay, because I had to make him understand that he doesn't have to have all the same colors. You can do other colors. Like, there's another little girl in my classroom that she's doing the same thing. She found out, wait, there's other colors. I don't always have to go pattern. He was the same way. He became high functioning. Like to the point that he even knew how to get attention. So this is where this new story, because he would do things on purpose, like make himself fall on purpose to get attention. Like he figured that out. But he was becoming high functioning. This is the story of a girl who I seen from a different class, but I didn't. They got so many other problem children that I just knew that she was kind of sassy, and I ain't got time for that. And watching her, and she was only there for a couple of hours, I could see that something was off with that little girl, like immediately. And on her first day, no, her second day, because her first day she didn't really stay long. On her second day, and we had to go to art, she was like defiant. And I was like, ooh, you just came back. You was literally gone for 3 weeks because you had a medical problem. You come back and you doing some dumbass? Like, what are we doing? What, dumb S as in sugar honey iced tea. Are we serious right now? What are we doing? Like, I got a bunch of kids, and mind you, teachers been saying this, like a bunch of them, when they go to different classrooms, these are the most mouthy, smart ass, aleck, rude kids. And I feel bad for the ones that aren't, because you're grouped with them. And if that's all you see, you think your child's not going to look, there's be some surprising things that your child might pick up on, because look who they are around. So I told the lead teacher, like, hey, she got an attitude. Like, they stomping feet. Like, I'm not doing what you saying. Which a lot of these kids seem to be getting, I don't know what the hell tell you that's a parent-child relationship, but that ain't. That's how you get more. You want to be abused and told what to do by your child. And then by the time you want to do something, it's too late. It's ridiculous. It kept ramping up, like telling the teacher, I don't like you. And it wasn't even me. She was telling the lead, and this is just recently too. I don't like you. I'm not doing what you're saying. It's boring. Why do I? But we found out, and I found out first. Plus, you can tell. You can look at her and tell something's off. Even just by observing her actions, how she speaks, weird noises and stuff, I'm like, she kind of remind me of some other people. Because not just that little boy. I had 5 of them in the classroom. I could detect 3. I couldn't detect the other 2. But it was ramping up. Like, now she's kicking things in the classrooms. Her fits are getting louder she's literally screaming. She's reminding me of another girl who I think I don't know if I talked about her. Not on this channel. I don't even know. I talked about her on my gaming channel. I don't know. I don't think I did. Because when I tell you she was, and mind you, I had some rude, like a manager quit in my classroom. Came back the next day. I was just trying to get my driver's license, and I couldn't get it that day. And I don't even take days off. Came back, and I literally said the day before I left, all you have to do, I bet you put somebody in my room, they would quit because of these kids. None of those kids spit. They didn't hit. They were just bad. They had some attitude. But compared to these kids, their tantrums and whiny, they act like they're 2. And I know 2-year-olds that don't act like that. They act like they're stuck in a 2-year-old toddler 18-month body, but can talk a little too good, but they got a smart mouth. Imagine you hearing that all day. A smart mouth 2-year-old that's supposedly 4 years old, and as soon as they can't get what they want, they just make noise and do things on purpose so they can get slapped. In my opinion, at that point, you just want to get slapped across your face because you want to get thumped on the forehead. You want a little pinch to the bottom, something that, I seen some parents do when kids act like they don't know where they came from. This girl, and I tell you, field trip, I'm trying to articulate this right. It was a horrible field trip, and I never want to do this again. I don't even want to be on a field trip with these kids. More than half of them got on my damn nerves. And mind you, the one that these 2 parents who they child can barely do any wrong, said that it's one little child's fault, and that they told their child that if he starts something, do something, anything to him. Mind you, they were in 2 different classrooms, and they're down the hall. Like, one is on one side of the hall, the other at the other end of the hall, like literally. So they don't see each other. Even when I went in the classroom, they're usually somebody close in that room. So they don't have a lot of times together, which is weird that parents would say that, because if you really knew the schedule, because I was in every classroom, they rarely have interactions because they're on 2 complete different sides of the hallway. One is closer to the door. The other, you have to turn to the hallway, and their classrooms are right there. Like, it's literally, they start the hall and the other classroom ends the hall. So I don't know what interaction they really have. They don't have much unless they're combining at the end of the day, which was rare because there were times where I had to close down that room, or when I would walk by, I've only seen the 2-year-olds in one section, and then the 3-year-olds barely. And by the time I had to leave, they were already gone. So I don't know what interaction, unless it was outside. That's the only thing that makes sense, because I've been in those classrooms. So I don't know. But when you got parents saying that they talk to other parents and they all said the same thing, that he's horrible, but that child is one of the ones that you've seen from when he started to now, you understand, oh, he's a follower. He's kind of a follower, and he has his own energy that it ramps up, and you need to get him somewhere for him to calm down his energy. But compared to your child, like, that's the last thing. If you only knew. This is why I keep saying this. There should be a teacher swap with parents day. Go in there, and not even a day. I'll spend a week in there. You know what? I'll be nice. A minimum of 3 days. And we just sit there and observe. And you deal with it, and you see for yourself. Because these kids are bold enough to do it in front of their parents. A child literally broke something right before his mom came. Literally, mom came maybe 50 something seconds to a minute after I said something about him breaking. After I tell these kids every time I give them something, this happened. I show them the example. We're not breaking it. Did it right before his mom came. His mom thought it was a joke because I didn't get a chance to even tell his mom. I was about to. The kids said it for me. They said he broke something, and she was laughing up until she was like, wait, is this true? And I said, yeah, and I showed her. And she looked at her son, and she said, oh, you need to apologize. Do you know? And I told the lead teacher this on Friday. He told his mom no and laughed until he saw my face, and I gave him the most dirtiest look that I could muster up. And it was, when I tell you I didn't blink, I just stared directly past his soul, and he looked at me, went to the back of his mom a little bit and said, sorry, you lost your damn mind. Like, your mom shouldn't be a joke. But when you sit there, you play around with your child and you want to be buddy and friends, how much buddy and friends you trying to be? Because it comes to a point where a child has if they got no problem telling you, no, this is what you need to give me. I don't care about your feelings. I'm going to do what I want to do. For how you going to put up with that for 18 years? Because I can promise you that it's going to be more than 18 years you got to put up with that. But this little girl on a field trip, starts having the biggest attitude during lunch. Mind you, this is what, 11 o'clock. The teacher's usually punctual, and we came there late because we was waiting on other stuff from another bus, because the teacher in kindergarten act like she can't do nothing, don't want to do nothing, and I don't even think she gonna last there because she look like she don't even care. So I don't know why you got hired in the first place. I guess she thought she put out her gold plate and we give everything to her, but that's another story. She has an attitude because her parents didn't pack her water, which is weird because not only is it posted on the door, they sent out a note, and management sent out a note letting you know, bring disposable lunch, make sure it's in a disposable bag, make sure it's a disposable water bottle. That way they can throw everything in the trash. It's going to be hot. Make sure you put sunscreen on your children before they go to school. Make sure they dress appropriately, meaning no sandals, sneakers, shorts, some sweats, jeans. Make sure they dress comfortable enough because we're going to be walking around. We're going to be in a farm. There's going to be animals. They didn't pack that little girl no water. There's a lot of things wrong with some of the parents in different classrooms during that trip. And I was like, they never did trips. So I was like, you know what? It's new for them. Hopefully they get together. But you would think, you've been on the trip when you went to school, right? That's why I don't understand. If you look back at your childhood and think, hey, I was a child once, I'm still somebody's kid. I went on field trips, didn't we? We did, even though most of the time lunch was provided for you. So unless you wanted to bring your own. This little girl throwing the biggest, imagine the director's there because I forgot. Her daughter is now, one of her daughters, because her next daughter is going to be in pre-K too. And the next group of kids that's coming, and you brought it down just to 2 pre-K's rooms. And because you added so many kids compared to the last group of kids you had, I'm not repeating myself and putting myself in the same situations. Like, I just don't want to. I'm like me talking about it, I'm just exhausted because when I tell you it's been a trying week, well, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So this little girl, I'm telling her parents didn't bring her a drink. They brought a container. The ones, okay, if you had band or you did like sports, football, you outside soccer, I don't know, the jugs that you can put I did band, so the jugs that is outside, you can fill up your bottles. We got those. I'm trying to look for it. I don't see it. I don't even know who to ask at this point for it. And I said, oh wait, they gave her some applesauce. It's still cold. She can drink that until I can figure out where is the water. She's not trying to hear that. I had to make sure she ate something because this little girl was throwing the biggest smart mouth tantrums ever. At this point, I'm over it. I don't care if you're a child. You only getting but so many chances with me because you act like you don't have a place. You don't know a child's place. And it's in a really small area, your child's place. Because if you try to get out into a bigger area, you don't want to do that because you're going to get embarrassed. This little girl, mind you, as she's eating the food, I don't want this. I'm like, but you're eating it. Your mom made you that food. You should eat what she made you because I'm letting these kids know we're coming back late. By the time we come back, it's nap time. But we're coming back after, like a little bit before, no bit after nap starts. So by the time we get back, everybody's taking a nap. We're not eating lunch. And your parents brought you snacks as well. Eat what you can because by the time we get back, most of you are going to be asleep on the bus and naps already going to been started maybe 45 minutes into it. So there is no, which I didn't agree that they didn't get a nap. They should have got a nap. I know our other field trips with the other kids before they went to kindergarten, except for one. And I thought that was a mistake because the kids were asking about naps. And so after that, we just put the cots out. They all needed a nap. Even the parents was telling us before they left. And after the next day, they're like, yeah, they should have got a nap. And I said that. I said, well, I'm not in charge either. So I'm just here. She kept doing it, her tantrums, from 11 o'clock until she got on the bus at 1 at 12 something, because we left at 12:25. She was throwing a tantrum and being smart mouth and rude and disrespectful since 11 o'clock. As she's eating, she took her applesauce, right? The pouch applesauce, which I wish parents would stop giving. Therefore, they don't need a pouch of applesauce. And most of the time, parents, hate to break it to you, most of them don't even drink it. They act like they do, and then they don't. And it's weird. Like, you give them all this stuff they don't like. I don't know if they told you they like it because they've seen it. I think I need to pick up on that too. Your child don't want it. Most of them don't. It's very rare that I see a child, like, if they're not 2, they're not drinking it. By like 3 is by 4 it's like there is like this many kids that care about that. They want a box juice or a bottle of water, and a bottle of water make them feel like they're big kids. She took the applesauce and she squished the entire thing on purpose. I watched her squish the entire thing, made a volcano. I'm not cleaning that. You're gonna clean it. Here's some wipes. Clean it yourself. And then she's saying, I don't want to clean it. I'm not. But she's saying it as she's cleaning it, because I told her I'm not cleaning it. You're going to clean it. Tell her where the trash can at. She's still throwing a fit. There's parents there. So I'm trying to calm this little girl down, because we do got some parents there. And mind you, they're with their other children, are sitting in different areas, but she's throwing a fit and it's embarrassing. Okay? Like, for how long are you going to keep being rude and disrespectful? For how long do you want me to keep taking it? So we're getting up. We're going to go pet animals. So she's calm right there because we're getting up, because she kept saying that she wants to leave. All right. So everything's fine up until we get to we were going to do the corn maze, but she didn't know how tall the corn maze was going to be and how long it was going to be. And because we got there late and they started to do an educational part that we didn't need the last time, we didn't do an educational part. We literally was like, they gave us the rules and stuff. Like, this time was different, and they need to figure that out, because they ain't work out. All you did was waste more of our time. But we're getting to a point where there's like this tree, a post, and it was like I thought it was a measuring, like how you measure your child, because when we first came in and we left the building, we seen that, and it was like in a pretty area with flowers and a field and stuff like that. But it was like a wanted thing, but she said that they were too small, so let's go to the original one, which we wasn't too far from, but it's hot. Like, the fact that it's October now and we're still getting 90s to 100-degree weather every day. It's to the point that it's saying that it's cool outside, and I promise you it's not. Like, I can feel how it's 79, 80 something still. And even when it's like 62, if the humidity makes it feel like it's not, like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but ain't it? So I get that we're hot, because the hot just gonna make you more irritated. So we stop. We're in the shade. You would think she would calm down a bit, because it's not like we did a whole bunch of walking. We was literally in the shade for most of the trip. We only had to get out the shade because we were going to different parts as we're going towards the bus to figure out what we're going to do, because we have to wait for the other kids who can't leave, because my lead teacher, she's the leader of the pack. So she drives the bus in the front that leads us to the trip and then leads us back. But by the time they go back, the other teachers know how to get there, so it's cool. Trying to make this short, 33 minutes. So one child, he was so disrespectful to his mom, and his mom is really sweet, and his grandparents. Like, he was, when I tell you, if you ever seen Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, them snot nose ass kids that think that they can get everything they want, and as soon as they get it, it's a consequence to it. He's like we got a couple little girls, too, in a different classroom in pre-K that remind me of that one. I forgot her name. The two teachers told me. The one that ate the candy and turned into a big ass blueberry, that's what he is. That's exactly he is so disrespectful and rude. It is unbelievable to treat what did she do to get for that? Be too nice. You can't. You need to know what being a parent is. Parenting is not being nice all the time. Hey, teachers aren't supposed to be nice all the time. But anybody that's mentoring you shouldn't have to be nice all the time. That's not their job to be. Is to give you a balance of, hey, yeah, you are my child, and I want to, be there for you stuff. But at the point that you disrespect me, I'm gonna show you that I'm your parent. So he was horrible, running in the fields, not listening, pushing other kids. Be like, I want to pet it. Like, I have not seen since like early Disney and when I was growing up, 2000s Disney, 90s, 2000s movies, cartoons, where that one, he was like that dude from Hey Arnold, Harold. When his mom come in and he's all big and tough, but when mommy comes, he's all like a baby and stuff until but he'd be sitting there and saying some stuff to his mom too. Just be like, did you really just say that? So I'm trying to watch out for them. There's a mom that's been helping us here and there because it's too many kids and they don't really listen. They don't, not even really. They just don't listen. Like when I tell you, I promise you, it's only 4 to 5 kids. And those kids, there has been times, too many times where they act up. But compared to the other kids that I keep talking to, not every day, I'm over it. I don't have the energy for it. And I'm detach and dissociate. It's like a dissociation with them. Like for real, because it's like, for how long? So, she's trying to get out of line, and the mom that's helping out, trying to get everybody in line. Luckily, she knows some of the kids, and she could tell and call them by name. Hey, can you get in line? Hey, you go next. While the teacher, the lead teacher, is trying her best to take pictures. This little girl who's been throwing a tantrum since 11 o'clock, saying rude and disrespectful things, yelling at the top of her lungs. I don't want to get in line. Like she's mumble rapping. But with a Muppet voice. And she tries to get out of line and go somewhere else. I mind you, my knee is killing me. For those that don't know, I basically fell off a ladder, caught myself, but at the price of all my weight, I might as well have just fell to the carpet. It would have been better that way. I actually wouldn't hurt myself. I would have been a bit bruised, but hey, I ain't know. I was fight or flight, human instinct, and I caught myself, but I slipped and my weight went to my knee. It's still a problem. Not as it was before, but it's still a problem where there's things I just can't do or do too much of. So from all this walking, my knee hurts, and because the weight of the bag on my right side and putting on my left, I'm trying to alleviate some of that pain. So I'm silently in pain. And I tell the lead teacher, like, yeah, my hurt, and mind you, her knee, she found out she has some type of a cyst, and they're trying to put the swelling down, so no surgery and stuff. I guess it's not to the point where they need surgery, but just they're trying to monitor it, make sure it goes down. So we're like, yeah, our knees is killing us. We need to go. Like, we can't wait for the other class. We tried doing other things. We waited on them to get on the bus and stuff. The kindergarten teacher was taking way too long and didn't do her job properly. So now we all have to suffer. So I'm already in pain silently. And one of the little girls, I had no idea up until we got to that part where they're taking pictures that she still had her food. Ooh, that's the cabinet. That scared the hell out of me. Had her food in her hand. And I'm like, yo, a bag of chips and I think pears. And I was like, you didn't throw that in the trash? So I had to take that from her. So in my left hand, this right hand, I'm holding the bag up, and its head, the bag is a backpack. It's one of those backpacks you see those little middle schoolers, and they walking down on the cross going to school, and it just looked like how you used to look back in the day. Like they running from their lives, but with books. So they're in a line like straight, and she's trying to get out of line several times. I'm telling her, we're taking a picture. You need to get back in line, while the parents are trying to deal with that little boy that's acting like the girl from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So I see him run off, and I'm like, I'm trying to tell her, like, hey, yeah, he's running from his parents and stuff. The girl's mom see it too, but she's trying to help the kids get in line and help us out. The little girl is throwing tantrums and don't want to get in line. I'm telling her she can't do that. She can't leave the line. So she's trying to walk away and go somewhere else several times. I have to grab her by her arm, underneath her arm, and pull her back in line, because I got food in one hand and Ziploc bags, and I got a backpack, and it's hot. Like, all right, I just want this all to end. Please get in the shade, get in line, take this picture. The faster you do this, and I tell her, the faster you get in line, take a picture, the faster we can go, because you're just making it longer than what it has to be. So I put her back in line several times because she's trying to jerk her from me. When you do that, child, it makes it seem like I'm hurting you, or someone else, especially when children, they do the limp noodle thing, or they'll pull away really hard, and then it seemed like somebody broke your damn arm. No, you wanted to throw a tantrum and throw a fit, and you're sitting there trying to run away from the line. I'm trying to tell you, you can't do that. So she didn't say nothing for about a minute. I'm watching her. She's back in line. So I'm watching her, and she's like, it's her left. Yeah, it was her left. So she's holding her left arm, and she's just looking at me. And she's just quiet. Because this little girl, you never know when she's going to flip out. That's the thing with her. The other girl that's was smacking, kicking, punching management, parents, and other, oh yeah. You can tell because, no offense, Angelica Pickles. I call her the evil Angelica Pickles, and she was already annoying. But plan out her attacks. She'll be like, who should I hurt today? Who's next? This is a girl that stabs up another person with a plastic fork. Kick somebody in the head while they was sleeping. Try to run people over with bikes. This one, she has no facial expression. She barely has it. So either you catch it or you don't. You just don't know at what time of the day she's going to flip out. And she's very vindictive. She holds grudges. I can too. Where's that energy going to go for me with that? It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to do anything for me. So there's no point. I could be. You don't want me to be because I'm really good at digging up information for free. And you don't want me to go there. I don't want to go there. It's annoying. It's time consuming, and energy wise, it's not vibrational to where I'm trying to be at in life. Like she got a list of people she don't like, literally. There's another little boy that just got on that list. And mind you, these kids don't do nothing. They just look at her like, what is wrong with her? And I feel like it's a repeat of the other two kids I had to deal with. And mind you, like I told you, I had the worst classes, that from toddler 2s, 3s, that nobody wanted to be in. But these kids didn't spit at you. They didn't hit you. They didn't kick you. They didn't have a smart mouth. They just threw a tantrum. Told you no. This is beyond no. So she didn't say nothing for about a minute, and I'm watching because I don't know what she's going to do. I don't know. And it's the little boy from the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory still being a problem. So I'm trying to watch him to see if the parents need help, the mom or the grandparents, and I'm trying to watch her at the same time. But my eyes is mainly focused on her because she's still holding her arm, and she's just looking like she all of a sudden screams and said I did something to her. I just put you back in line. You tried to keep running away, and I'm telling you, in front of these parents, you can't do that. But one group of parents is trying to figure out their grandson and their child. The other parent's trying to help us. I'm telling her, and I said out loud, no, I did not. You kept trying to get out of line. Then right after that, she put her fingers in her mouth and start biting herself. I tell the teacher immediately. I said, and she's seen it. I said, look, she's biting herself. She's harming herself. So right there like that, like, you know what? I already was eerie about you. I don't want nothing to do with you. You were a liability. I already feel some type of way. And it like, you think, oh man, I'm gonna miss these. Nah, B, I'm out. It's reaffirming that why I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't got time for that. Like, there's other problems in the world, and you will not be one of them. So after we deal with that, this little boy that parents think he does no wrong takes a pumpkin. Mind you, he wasn't that great from the middle to the end. Like, I didn't have to say much to him because parents were saying stuff to him. Like, I was seeing things, and here and there I would say something, but the parents kept talking to him more than I did. I was watching because one of the parents, the mom, wanted to know how he was going to do on his trip. I guess she had a feeling that it might not be too great because that means you already know about his behavior. And I was watching him, and I'm like, I told the lead teacher, like, hey, the parents had to talk to him. After that incident, and we're going to go look at the pumpkin house that they made. There's the dad on one side, on further down with his wife right here, and then I'm next to them. And then the other mom that's been trying to help out. She's kind of in front of us, like, but enough that she can still hear, see. And their son, they know the mom. The little boy, I thought he bumped into it, or a parent did. And I was like, oh, did you bump into the parent? Did you bump into the pumpkin? The parent said no. They seen him throw it. Like he chunked it. Like I thought he bumped it hard. They said no. He picked it up and threw it. Like I've been saying things to him on and off about his behavior. Some of the kids don't pay attention. This little girl been throwing attention since 11 o'clock and it's hot. I just want to leave. So we're out in the front before anybody else. We're sitting down, stuff like that. And we're telling this little girl who still got temper tantrum, hey, look, we're about to go inside. It's AC. There's air. Calm down in there. She gets inside. She seems a little bit better. Like she's not throwing attention as much. She's sitting down with everybody else. The teachers go get the bus. I bring my group of kids out and I wait with the other kids who's on a different bus because we got too many kids. So I had no idea until I came back. I came back maybe an hour later. The lead teacher tells me she did the same thing and said the same thing. She was making sure everybody gets on the bus. She told her to get on the bus, and I guess she wasn't trying to get on the bus like she's supposed to. And she said the same thing she said to me that will implicate that she did something wrong. She said she had her hands out like that. It was trying to tell her to get into the bus because she acted like she didn't want to get to the bus. And the child said the same thing. So twice in one day, you saying the same thing? That's a problem. You're a liability. I don't want to be near anybody I consider a liability. So I immediately, because I'll be damned if that child go home and tell somebody something different. Nah, type of person. I'm gonna tell you right here and there. Let's end this right now. I tell management, tell them exactly what happened, how it started, around what time, what she was doing between them hours, letting them know that she was already riled up and she was already feeling type of way because of water. She took her applesauce and she squeezed it on purpose to a point that it was a volcanic explosion. And Miss Judy just told me, she said the same thing. And so I showed them everything she said in detail. I showed her in front of the camera, let her know everything. Okay. I trying to tell the parent, but they left out the door so fast and she wanted to leave. And the management came in and told me, did you talk to me? I said I was trying to, but they got out the door so fast and that little girl was trying to leave that I didn't get the chance to tell them. But she said that she talked to the lead teacher, and if she wants to talk to her in the morning, she said, I told her I just watched her to see what she was going to do, because it's best to not engage, just to observe her actions to see what she's going to do. She's like, okay, that's smart. I kept my distance from her. Wednesday, like right off the bat, this little girl, as soon as literacy starts, she got an attitude. I don't want to do this. She says this every single day. She takes the markers and she pounds on them. Like she actually broke a marker in art class. The teacher had been said something to her several times in that classroom because of her disgusting attitude and her temper tantrums and her disrespectful, rude ass mouth. Was it that same day that the kids ran? I think it was the same day that half the kids, she was in that group, were going to art. I'm telling all the kids to turn to the corner. It's art. More than half the kids, I think it was 10, ran off to a different side of the building. And I look back and I see them all running. And I yell out to a teacher that was leaving, because her class was in art room too, but she was going to go somewhere. I yell out to her and say, hey, can you watch these kids? Because more than half of my group just ran away. She said, what? Ran towards me, said, go get them. I ran. And when I tell you, they sitting there laughing and think it's a joke, and the Spanish teacher happens to see it. And she heard what I said. Like, you're sitting here laughing and you're running away. Like, they almost made it out to the playground. One of them almost made it to the gym. What are we doing right now? I've never had a group of kids except in 2019 with toddlers, and it makes sense until I gave them a rope that they have to hold on, a colorful rope. I've never had a group of kids do that. Ever. And I dealt with younger kids. And it's not like I didn't deal with 4-year-olds too, because I did. I talked to their parents and stuff as well. What are we doing right now? This is a whole week. I can't even remember. It was Monday or Tuesday. No, it wasn't Wednesday. think it was Monday or Tuesday it happened. Like this is the whole week. So Um, I'm sorry, 49 minutes. There's a lot happened. Yeah, that was Monday. Yeah, before the trip. So, because the trip was Wednesday. That was, one moment. Wait, give me one moment, guys. My sister asked me if I wanted some food to pick up from the kitchen. I'm gonna get that real fast. Give me one moment. In my head, as I'm walking in, and you're probably like, she could have just walked in the room. She could have. That stuff like that don't make sense to me either. But she was already in her room eating. I guess. I know. Then I seen the plate. And as I'm saying thank you, I didn't think it was that much juice on it. I was confused, like, man, it's a paper plate. Why would she put? As soon as I picked it up, and then it kept, yes, I had to clean all that up. I was like, yeah. And so right now I'm just reheating it because I like my food not to be like lukewarm. There you go. All right, moving on. So Thursday, this is the day after the field trip. Like I was telling you guys, literacy, she's already starting. She don't want to do anything. She getting mad. I'm on at this table for too long. Mind you, all the kids are doing their job. At this point, it's been a month now. They already know because they used to complain and stuff like that. Well, if you can't, now we're like, you don't do your work, you don't get up, you don't get to play with your friends because it's not fair to the ones that did their work and then you get to play. So she's back at throwing her tantrums, but I said this before to the lead teacher, it's ramping up. Like anything could set her off, and it's to the point now. Before it became this day, she's already screaming at the top of her lungs. I come back from lunch and she's in a different position, like her cot's not where it was supposed to be at, and she just got moved. And it's like, oh my God, this is reminding me of the little girl that they wouldn't take out of our room. Then they finally put her in a different room, which they should have just kicked her out. And then you made it even worse, and you waited too late to take her out, and so she had to get somewhere to go get some help with her behavior. I'm not doing that again. Like I already don't want to be here. But I understand why for the moment I do have to be here. That's the difference. I understand why. So I'm going to do my job up to the best of my ability, but I won't be as attached because I don't feel that way. I gave up my energy and my time and those emotions, and I'm at a place where it's like I'm not doing that unless it's about something I truly care about. Yeah, if your kids get hurt, want them to not be a human, be compassionate. Somebody's being mean. I can't stand bullies. But I'm not going to be that teacher that was back then, because that could kill you. And I'm not dying for anyone. So, and get nothing out of it. That makes no sense to you die from stress and frustration, depression, not feel like you're not being heard, doing everybody else's job and your job at the same time, and trying to get, it's too much. I'm not doing that. I refuse to make myself go into an early grave. I'm not doing that. She's screaming, yelling, all this stuff. So, okay, now there's several times she had to sit next to me. And mind you, when she started, the second day she came back. She's been back for 3 weeks because she was in the hospital. Like I told you, she's throwing tantrums. It's getting progressively worse. Now she's being aggressive. She's kicking stuff, screaming. Yeah, that was Wednesday. No, Thursday. She don't want to do her work. She don't want to do anything. She gets mad, starts flipping out my drink spill because of her. Now, little girl, you starting to reach a point in me where I need to just walk away. She tries to get up and she's looking for things to kick. She gets up out her seat to tries to kick me. As she's trying to kick me, when I tell you, I yelled at her and I said, I wish you would kick me. I want it to be known to anybody in this room. I wish you would kick me. Because I'm trying to back up and get away from you. Right before that, she tries to spit at me. That little girl spit at me it shouldn't have been 3 times. But she tried me. And I said, if you don't get this little girl, I'm going to fold her and forget where I'm at. What we ain't going to do be hitting, punching, kicking, screaming, spitting. In every country, let me tell you, the spitting is the most disrespectful thing. You're going to die spitting. That's when your hands should be registered, because you're going to knock somebody the F out. You going to spit, you going to die. That little girl tried to, you saw it. I totally teach you, like, there's drool coming, there's spit coming out of this child's mouth, and it didn't reach me. It just got on her instead. Then she gets up and tries to kick. I backed up. Said, I wish you would kick me. Let the lead teacher know, like, she's trying to kick me. I'm going to just back up here. You need to get somebody. So she tries to call somebody. No one picks up. She walks out and gets somebody, and she sees that I'm backed up to the bulletin board. And I said, I'm here because she's trying to attack me. She's trying to spit at me, and she's throwing a really bad tantrum. At this point, it's not even tantrum. She's just being disrespectful and fucking rude. That's that's Thursday. This is right after the field trip the next day. Mind you, she had a list of kids that she just don't like. If you sit near her and she don't want you sitting here, I don't like, and she got them by name, and she still says it by name. If they walk by her, I don't like you. If they talk to her, I don't like you. If they look at her, I don't like you. Why are you looking at me? I don't like you. Like she screams and she says real hurtful, mean things that a child would tell their parent. And I hope you do. Tell your parents. That's the only way anything gonna be done, because they let kids be like, there's a teacher that's now the art teacher. She knew the group of kids that were coming. I am not going to be training those kids. I don't blame you. You would quit before you get those group of kids, because you want to deal with that again. You had a little girl that every day abused you. Was throwing chairs through a shoe. I literally saw that girl throw a shoe at her and it missed the teacher. This was right before I got sick. Like, I heard the stories. I seen that little girl look like she just got done being in a fight. Like she just recently, was it Wednesday? Yeah, it was Wednesday afternoon, right after the trip, because that teacher was going Thursday and Friday. She hit her. And we were all saying, oh, we're just waiting for it we're just waiting. We're watching and waiting because we know what she's capable of doing. We're just waiting. And sure enough, I didn't know why the director was there. And the next day I was told, I was like, oh, she hit her. Yeah. That's the same little girl, just like the little girl we had every day. It was abusive, hitting kids. Like, you don't deserve to have you shouldn't live if you hitting people, because you just never know who you going to hit. You going to hit the wrong person and explode. Just saying. The management that I told about what she did on the field trip, she sees it. I said, look, she's screaming and yelling and everything else. That's Thursday. Friday. This is where you see it on my face, because you already saw it Friday. But this is where I'm like, no, I was already very sure. I'm damn sure I will not be doing this again. I'm not living in repeat. I'm not living for a few dollars in a little bit of change and trying to survive and have to deal with that. Have to keep repeating it, to the point that it took me 3 days to realize I give up trying to tell these kids what they have to do. Do what you want to do. Now, there's some times where I'm going to have to interject, because we're not going to keep doing that. But it's to the point where at the end of the day, once it hits like 5 and those other kids, and I'm like, why am I yelling at the top of my lungs to tell you to just sit down, to stop screaming, stop running around every single day, and they don't care. There's a difference between, you just don't care. They don't give a damn. They just don't. And all the teachers are saying the same thing. Most of these kids these are 2020 babies on 2021, 2020. They just don't give a damn. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about their parents' feelings. They act all sweet and nice, and you think, but I'm going to tell you right now, they do it in the hallway with their parents. The things that I've heard and seen that these kids do, a little boy kicking his mom because he couldn't get a book. You will lose your toes. You don't deserve it. You want to kick? All right, I'm going to show you. I'm going to punt you right down that hallway where you want those books at. You want to kick? All right, I got your kick. Field goal, bitch. You want to kick? You going to kick? I'll be on a milk carton if I said no. You're going to be like, last time we seen her, we don't know. Missing. If you do find her, teach her some damn manners. These are what's coming out of people now. These types of kids. And it's like, once again, I feel bad for the ones who they're just kids, but they got to be around kids like them. I don't know what they going to do in elementary, and I don't know what them teachers going to do with them, because the group of kids they got now, they all right. The ones you about to get, they not. Just like, there's no sugarcoating. It is what it is. They're not great. Just being really honest. I'm not stressing myself out. There's no point. I'm not going to repetitively tell you the same thing that you already know and you just don't care. It didn't take me long to figure that out. It took me 3 days. And by the second day, I was like, don't think this is going to work. About the third day, I said, fuck it. There's no point. There's just really, I refuse to go back to how I was. Like, I'm about to be in tears. Because I'm angry and frustrated at what this is. Like, do teachers got to go through that? Nobody should have. It's a child. But because you're only, mind you, you're here most of the day. You could at least enforce rules with your child. You're not their friend. Stop being their friend. It's a difference when a parent is so trustworthy that a child feel like they can tell you everything because you can be their friend and they still disrespect the shit out of you. Stop. You're not their friend. You didn't give birth to a friend. That's not your friend. It was never meant to be your friend. It was a child that's supposed to confide in you and y'all do stuff together in a mother and child type of way where they trust you enough to confide in you. Some kids don't even got that, but you want to be a friend. A friend gonna fuck you up if you say you're not giving them a toy. Like, the parents, y'all don't know what type of kids y'all raise, because if you was in the daycare and looked at the camera of what your kids do, and there's too many of them that's doing it. I've never seen a bunch of they not only attack each other, attack older kids, and these are younger kids at that. They don't care about their teachers. And I've seen some after school kids, this little boy in particular, I don't even know his name, and I just seen him recently. I kept an eye on him because he gives me an off feeling. Friday, when I tell you this, no, Thursday, little boy was banging himself up against, I guess he thought he was trying to be funny. That's not funny. You're not funny in no type of way. You look real stupid. The fact that you're sitting there banging yourself up against a wall, mind you, he's in elementary, but he's just tall for his age, banging yourself up against a wall on purpose, and then take your lunchbox and slap yourself with it. And I look at you, and it wasn't like a disrespectful what, it's more of like, why are you looking at me? What? Little boy, do you not see? And then when his mom come, because he looked too big to be doing this, and after what I just saw, mommy, this is what people are pushing out. And I'm not trying to tell people don't have kids, just don't raise them to be that. Like, go into schools and daycares and they give you an example of what you don't want to have and do better. Like, because y'all want to be best friends forever, best forever ever. Rings, bitch, you're not SpongeBob and Patrick. We're not doing that. I don't want to be your friend. I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm trying to be a parent and human enough to understand your feelings and let you know that I am still someone's child. So I understand your feelings, where you're coming from. Like, it just don't, if you become an adult and all of a sudden it just erase. It don't. It's not supposed to. You're still supposed to show compassion to kids and let them know, yes, I'm an adult, but I've been there. I understand. And even if I haven't been there, understand, let me understand. You stop being a friend. You're not their friend. You're not supposed to be their friend. And it's and mind you, it's people that look old, but they're my age. Stop. You're creating a monster beyond Slim Shady. Like, for those 3 days, Friday was my last straw on that little girl for the second time. She took a book and the artwork I was working on for Halloween. Luckily, the paint dried, but my drink got on some of it. Like, it was water and ice, and that little girl tossed the entire thing. And I made sure I showed the camera that I'm trying to get her to go sit down, put the book in her hand like this as I'm walking, guiding her to her table, and she's throwing a fit and she's spitting, and then I turn around and she did that, and I got the phone, I tell the front desk lady, I'm done. Get somebody in here now. I'm done, and I hang up the phone. I don't want to hear what you got to say. I don't want to hear no excuses. Get somebody in here before I walk out this bitch. I'm done. For real? We doing that? Mind you, what they don't know, there's been several teachers that they said they have a mental breakdown with these kids because they're rude. They're disrespectful. And the fact I'm going to let you walk on me, I will flip you over, put you in a trash bag, and throw you up before I let you do that. That is insane. Like, and it wasn't like each era didn't have some badass kids, but like the amount, like, you knew. And mind you, it wasn't like just Generation X where parents were called in the 90s and early 2000s. Parents knew teachers. Your teachers knew your family members. You couldn't go around the neighborhood and I at a young age, I'm glad that I thought outside what other people was thinking, because it just was like, man, do everybody know each other? That's a dangerous move. You ain't calling my family. You ain't call. I got older sisters that's all a decade and above, older than a decade and above older than me. You calling them and my mom? Y'all went to school. My cousin's been in your classroom. My sister's been in. You know who they are. You was they swim. It was to the point the governor of New Jersey taught my sisters how to swim. So he knows my science teacher knew my sister and my cousin because he was their lifeguard at the beach. Do you see? This is why even where I work at, there are people that know me that didn't know, or you have teachers that worked at. You never know who might know you where they worked at, because that's the last thing you want to do is be caught up in something. I found out at a young age. All these people know each other. You ain't catching. That's a connection I don't want to have. You ain't calling such and such. Did you hear that? And mind you, y'all think the internet fast. People mouth is faster than the internet. Even back then, the fact that I was at school and by the time I got out of school, the person at the lady who I knew at the corner store, her kids went to school with me. Her son had a crush on me. I don't even know what's going on. She tells me what's going on at my own school and asked me, did I get a text message? She said it wasn't even from her daughter. She didn't even know who phone number this is about what's going on at school. Huh? Mind you, it's not like it was Google back then. Google came out, early 2000s? This is 2007. YouTube is basically still a baby because I didn't get YouTube until 2008. So, because I was not on the internet like that. I didn't have a computer back then like two of my sisters did. That was very rare for me to have a computer. I got on it sometimes, unless it was school, the library at school. I didn't have a Facebook, didn't have a MySpace. I wasn't interested in any of that. So I know what people talking about, but at the same time, I wasn't in that realm. So I don't really understand that space. But people mouths was just as fast. By the time you get out of school, the amount of knowledge you found out from other people who should not be at your school, but they know what's going on at your school before you do. We found out that there was a lunch lady and her daughter was fighting. We coming back from Princeton, the same Princeton on Bel Air that Carlton was trying to get to. Yeah, we're coming back from Princeton from doing a test, doing a quiz thing for Black History, and by the time before we get there, we're notified that is a fight going on. But why is the mom in it? That's what I said. People still had a way of getting things around. I don't know what y'all gonna do. Most of these people that are younger in daycare, most of them just need a job right now. Most daycares don't even pay that much. And the ones that do still treat people like they're puppets, a marionette doll. You can talk to them any other way, just like any other corporation that does the same thing. I guess you forgot you're human too. Let me treat you how you treat me and see how you like that. You're going to end up with a ghost town. I'm working for that. I want to do that. That little girl, I told management I am in a my direct words, I am in a foul mood because this is the third day in a row, but it's been ramping up since she got here. She's reminding me of that girl that was in our classroom and that little boy that was right across, but I had to deal with him in the afternoons because I was the closing teacher. I'm going to go through that again. I told him I feel very uncomfortable being around her. I don't want to be with her when I am alone. I almost went out the exit. I was thinking about there's an exit door by my classroom. I'm about to walk out that thing and don't care if it goes off and don't come back. I've never done that at any job. I think that is wrong to do that unless somebody prompt you to do that. And you'd be like, all right, try my best, deuces. I'm not putting up with that. I refuse to put up with that. That is on some BS. That's beyond BS. I'm at my limit where I'd rather just be away from that little girl. And mind you, there's other people that are saying things. They're tired of it. They come here and they feel like, wow, really? This is why, like, if you already have an intuition about leaving somewhere and something be like making you feel like, well, maybe no, time is road running out this bitch. Speedy Gonzalez. I'm out. I did my part. I did it for too long. I forgot that I was trying to see if I can do teaching. There are other ways to teach people. You don't have to do it in school. You don't have to do it in daycare. There are other ways to give people knowledge, to help them understand things and be in their shoes. And even if you're not, you can try to understand. Let me see where you're coming. Give me from your perspective of how you're thinking. But I don't have to be in here. I don't have to be there with them. I'm done. I did it. I tried it. I know me. I need something new to do. I don't want to, I'm going to be, like I said before, I'm still be in the same abusive relationship, but with a different person. No, I refuse to do that. No one should have to do that. That is the dumbest thing. You're letting yourself down. You're putting yourself a failure. You're supposed to put yourself on a pedestal. And I don't mean everyone is if you do that, if you think everybody's beyond you, I consider you a peasant. Like, I don't care. When you think you're more above people, you're actually the peasant. You just don't know. You think that everybody's above you. No, you're below people because of how you treat people. So everybody look at you and look down on you because of your attitude, because it sucks. You just don't see that because you're too big-headed to see it. But you need to put yourself up on a throne. It is okay to give yourself something that you deserve, because we give ourselves victim mentality and don't realize it, depending on whatever trauma you went through. It's different. You can go through the same trauma and go through different phases of it in your life to try to get over it. I do not wish to be back in that same abusive relationship. I don't want to do it no more. I've done it. I did it. I learned my lessons. I'm going to keep doing it. Right now, I understand why I'm here, because any other job, I feel like it probably wouldn't have worked out. One didn't work out. And for they and there's people that worked there, and they was like, yeah, I worked there before you, and it was not great. I landed here. Y'all had some problems. And it was getting worse. It was just your communication, and people feel like I shouldn't say anything, so you just gonna know the knowledge, but don't do anything about it. You got the knowledge. You know what to do, but you choose not to do. That means you are the problem, not the solution. You're making the problem bigger. I'm not working for anyone like that. I've done that. I did that. When I feel better working at a casino, and mind you, I was too nice, but the people I worked around, most of them were great people, and they told me, and these are from older people, that's my supervisor and management, they told me, do not stay in a casino. It's not a career choice. They told me, any job, if you feel like it's not for you, don't be there. Don't do it. I worry about yourself, because at the end of the day, they're going to find people to abuse. You don't have to keep taking it. No one should have to take it. If I'm not taking it from a child, why would I take it from you? And I feel like before I would feel that way and say all these thoughts I'm saying on this microphone and on my YouTube channel and don't say anything, I'm saying it. Like when I tell you I was dissociating from that place. And it was another girl who said the same thing. And she was like, the way she's getting treated by these kids and how management just don't understand and they're putting more kids in rooms. They got a baby in a 2-year-old room. Stop putting kids who are not socially aware and mentally prepared with older kids. It don't work out that way, because you make those other kids who are mature revert back. I know, because I've been in those rooms and I've been in other buildings where they did the same thing to all of us. Why would you do that? When I tell you, teachers come to me the most, and I understand. And I just happen to be going into the room. It's not like they're trying to come to me. I just go in the room, and I guess they feel like I understand where they're coming from. I do feel like I know what you come from, because I've been through it. Like, they don't know the teachers y'all had there the most. They're not going to be there for long. And it is okay. You need to go Go spread. You have wings that can go to other places. It doesn't have to be stuck in a damn cage. And I feel like we do that. People that been through stuff, you think of this happy ending, and then when you about to get to the happy ending in your imagination, right? I got a story, and in the story you're happy and stuff, but when you trying to end the story, you don't know how to end the happy ending because you're so used to it being a bad ending. So you get this victim mentality, and not like you're doing it on purpose, but you say, you know what, I don't deserve to be happy, or what's the point? I'm happy in the beginning and it all turns to shit anyway. I totally understand that. I've been through that. I noticed, was it a week or no, 2 weeks ago? I realized, like, wait, I'm imagining stuff in my head about being happy, and for the first time in an extremely, extremely, extremely long time, there's not the thought of at the end there's no rainbow. Like I can actually start to see, wait, I'm not giving myself the doom flag. If y'all watch anime, basically you try to avoid, you do everything in your power to not end up in a way you know you're going to end up. I didn't give myself the doom flag. I'm not sitting there blaming myself for everything. I can also be happy. You deserve to put yourself on the throne. Everybody can be on the throne. And and when they say that you're picky, no, you should be picky. Everybody, you picky with your food, you should be picky with who you hang out with. I been through my own situations, issues with people. I've seen a lot from my perspective, my life, my opinions. At a young age, I refuse to be with certain people because you can look and see the dumbassness. I'm not going through that again. That is exhausting. Doing that, your problem is. I've done that. I've seen it. I observed it. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not putting up with it. I dealt and put up with stuff. I'm not doing that. Like, it's insane. It's really insane that you can sit there and talk to people and they'll put themselves, yeah, I'm gonna, and then when they get towards the end and they're trying to grab that happiness, they pick up the doom flag. They're like, what's the point? They're just gonna screw me over anyway. I refuse to do that. I'm refused to have those thoughts. For an extremely long time in my life, I realized, and I just dawned on me, I'm sitting here imagining things that I could do, and I'm like, wait, I didn't give myself the doom flag. I didn't do no victim mentality. I didn't be like, man, I don't deserve happiness. And it's not like I was telling myself that. It's just that everything I imagined, I put a bad ending on it. Like, I'd be happy, and then why was the point? And I'm like, wait, man, it's been a few weeks and I ain't do that yet. I don't want to be in any place that makes me feel like, what's the point? Oh, I'm doing this again. I'm on repeat. I'm tired. I go home and do the same thing every day. I go home, go to work, go home, go to work, go work, go home, go work, go home. Why? And then I try to spend whatever time I got to just do what I would like to do. And then I feel like, why do I have to leave my creativeness and gotta go to a place where I can't even use not an inch of my potential? Like, it's in a jar, in a tight jar with thorns wrapped around it, and is waiting to bust out. Like, it's waiting, and I can't do it. And it's like, I've never, besides what I talked about when I was a kid, what my superpower was to be, I guess you can call it a dream. But like, now on the scale with everybody else's dream and they what they want to do, I had nothing, because nothing intrigued me. Nothing was like, man, I wish I could do that. Nothing clicked, nothing connected, nothing sat with me, nothing. And I just happened to be like, I'm going to take a chance and see what this Twitch is. I'm the one, this YouTuber that I've been watching for a while. And I was watching movie reactions and stuff like that. Went and checked it out. And I was like, and it took me a long time. I think I watched him for like maybe 8 months or so. And I was like, all right, fine. I'll see what it's about. Because I'm at 2 years now. Yeah, I'll see it. And I saw it and I was like, so no one told me anything about streaming. I heard of like podcasting, but I've never seen it. And I was like, this is streaming? This is what? Almost the end of, this is fall 2021. I've never seen anything like that in my life. This is what streaming I should have been. I didn't say anything. It took me Almost, it took me until July 2022 to be in a chat. And I remember it was that Madison game. And he was on the beginning of the game, and I happened to message him and put like, oh, my first time being here. And I subscribed to him, and it scared him. It was me and another person, and we scared him. And then the same month he was talking about how he decided to finally stop thinking about picking up a guitar and buy the guitar, and how everybody should just be the same way. Stop thinking about stuff and just do it. Because it went from, man, I finally took the courage to actually go on the site. It took me a long time to actually decide to do. Even now, I don't engage too much with chatting. I still watch, and some red flags with some chatters up there. And they wonder, like, this is one dude, sorry to go off topic, but he don't understand why he can't get a girl. No, I know why you can't get a girl. Your personality. The type of person you are at work is the type of person why you can't get a person to be with you. Like, I did customer service most of my life. Every form of job that deals with people is customer service. And the fact that a customer got mad at you and said some things, but the fact that you was yelling at them and your boss said it was okay tells me right then and there something's really wrong with you. And then I see how you chat and you talk about how these relationships, people girls you try to meet up with and talk, and it don't work out. It's because of you. You are your own red flag. You are the red flag in your life. You're in your 20s now. You need to hurry up and figure something out and get through your life, and because you can't be with nobody. You're not supposed to be with anybody until you figure yourself out. Right now, you are a doomed flag, and I will feel bad for any girl to go out with you. No one should go out with a person like that. The person that can't figure out why nobody don't want you. You got issues. You need to work through that. Like, I just sit back and I watch they chatters, and a lot of their chatters been there for a while, and I could. And this is like a bad thing and a good thing, because it feel like you know too much that you shouldn't know, or you don't know if it's the gift or a curse. But like I said, I've been in the background, I've been bullied, so you tend to stay in the back. I was already an observer without me knowing it, and I became more look at how the way you walk, the way you talk, your way you your posture, your fingers, what you do when you're lying, all that. And so I'm just, even text message, and it's weird. I could tell when somebody was like off, like they was upset with something, and people like, well, how do you know from a text message? I unconsciously unlocked something in me that I didn't know I had. Like, I'm looking at your chatters, and I can see that. I can even tell the ones that are special. It's on the border or are special needs. I can tell from how they chat, from what they type. You can tell. He had a lot of them. I don't even think he realizes it. He might know a very few. Like, I don't even think he realizes there's somebody that hasn't. He said something that was a bit alarming, and when I thought he's had some issues, and when I went to his stream, I was like, oh, you can tell he got some special needs. But he said something alarming about life and how hard it is, and I haven't seen him message him since. I don't even think I've seen him on the Discord in almost a year. Like, I was just sitting there in the background like, somebody needs to talk to him. Off topic, but yeah, stop putting yourself in a cage. Like, you got the key to your own cage, and I get it. It's sometimes hard. You be like, you think you don't got the key. Most of the time, you put yourself in it. Like, if that situation is gone, you're still in that cage. At this point, you're leaving yourself in that cage. You're putting yourself in a cage. You're still there. You can just open the door. Literally, you can be like, opening the door and then be like, now what? Well, at least you opened the door to get some fresh air. No, go up in the air and then figure it out from there. Bars. All right, we're going to take a break. But y'all going to I just thought in my head, y'all probably going to see something different. Commercial break. Right? Because I got it on here, but I didn't hide my gameplay one. So I'm going to quickly try to hide it. Yeah, I'll see you guys. I got get some food. 1 minute. And check on my laundry. Yeah, give me a couple of minutes. Try to warn y'all. Be right back. All right, what's going on, guys? My sister made some extra food, but I don't eat. I don't eat. I rarely eat on stream or recording. I find it rude to be smacking in somebody's ear. Like, I felt bad. I forgot I had gum in my mouth, and I felt bad. But she said she was starting to feel congestion, but from that little girl, and me sitting there trying to get sleep. My tonsils were giving me a warning on especially my left side. It gives me a warning. My right side, it means it's too late. And I haven't felt really anything today, but like she made a boil and spicy, and I like spicy. But she said smack. I'm so sorry. I don't know, because I'm black. You just smack for no reason. But she can't have a lot of spice. There's a lot of people in my family that can't eat spice. There's not a lot of us out there. Like my sister I live with now, she don't do spice. Her daughter really can't do spice. She do like a mild, and even then, my mom is mild too. My older sister, she's the one to introduce me to like putting hot sauce and stuff, and eating a red hot bag of chips. If you're from the East Coast, you should know it's called red, right? It's like a fiery bag of chips. Big bag, y'all. I sit there and eat the whole thing, and I don't sweat from eating spicy. It opens up my nose. Like when I'm sick, I go straight to eat something spicy. Like I make my noodles, my ramen noodles, my oodles and noodles. I make them spicy. But even like I remember this kid eating beans and hot dogs, and I found out you can make them taste really good by putting like some brown sugar or regular sugar. Putting some cinnamon, some butter, the vegetarian beans. What? And then someone said sausage. And I'm like, no, I thought, wait, what you can use a hot dog, you can think of sausage, right? And then I put the Hatch House, the jalapeno, or the 3 pepper sausages. Fuego. Just saying. But I'm sorry that took longer, the first part. I just had a very my food almost fell on the floor and I would have been sad. But end this. It's just been like the Spanish teacher told me yesterday, like she just about to have a mental breakdown because these kids are just so damn rude. And you get tired of repeating yourself. And she got kids her own. This is going her 4th. And she said, yeah, her kids can be a mess, but they ain't like them. They know better. And she's also pregnant. She's due in like 2 months. She ain't got time for that much stress. Like, it's bad when you got 2 teachers in the room and they just don't care. This is why you should always do a 1 ratio room. And no pre-K room need to have 18 kids. 15 max. Because your room can't fit 18. You don't need 15. You don't need 18 damn 4-year-olds in the classroom at all. Sorry, I do a calendar schedule for myself when it's time for me to do things, because I just don't have time. So I've been using my calendar a whole lot more than the last month, almost 2 months. I need to check my costumes. I got several Halloween costumes. I'm not dressing like them. I said no to that. I will not be dressing like no damn Sesame Street characters. Yeah, I watched it as a kid. Yeah, I got some ones I like, but that means I got dressed up like them? No. Man, y'all might as well get a plate, get something to drink, chill with me, eat, because like I ain't putting this down. I'm sorry. Whoever decides to watch it, I'm just gonna be eating. I feel like Mark from RDC. It gets on my nerves when they eat, when they play in the game, and then they do preoccupied with they got on a plate, and I'm like, dude, just put it down. It's not that serious. My problem is I'm picky with temperature. I don't like certain foods can't be cold to me. Been like that since I was a kid. I'm not eating cold chicken wings. Like, it's okay. I've been told my whole life that I wasn't black. There's people that come up to me, speak different languages to me still. I'm okay with that. I'm half. I can never be fully black. I have to be half to them. And it don't help that my eyes are small. So And I'm not hood enough for some of these people out here. I wasn't trying to be. I was raised in the hood in projects, but just because I lived there don't mean I am. So to them, my entire life, I was in fifth grade. Not fifth grade. I don't know if I told the story, but I was in kindergarten. And I don't know if they thought I was Dominican, but they my second day of my new school, I was end up in a Spanish class, like an ESL class. And they realized I knew the letters because it's the same. The hearing was different. I was confused. I'm like, something's wrong. Like, I knew when I got there something was wrong, but the building was so big and my class was at the very top. I still remember the building's still there. You can look out into the, and see the store and laundromat, and right across the street is the fire department, like literally right across the street. And I was like, this is not my classroom. So when they started speaking Spanish, but I didn't know they were Spanish. I'm looking at ABCs, but you're not saying, and that's when the teacher knew. But no, after we did the ABCs and she went around and she tried helping me, she knew something was wrong. Like, you didn't realize that I wasn't your child in your classroom. So they figured out who I was and put me back in my classroom. I was 5. I just started as my second day of school. And I grew up with some problem children, like the kind where moms and dads waited outside, went in the classroom, did the pow-pow. Watch out now. It's the little one and it's not by wow. When I tell you, I've seen it. I will not be one of those. You ain't embarrassing me for nobody. I don't like people. But these people ain't trying to be friends with because they want to bully me. I ain't getting more embarrassed at school. Nah, buddy. And I went from never being bullied to being bullied. And still don't know why. And then the worst part is, and this is very true, speaking from my own experience, they come up to you and say hi and stuff and act like they don't remember anything that happened. I do, so I have nothing to say to you. Like, it's hard for me to be cordial because it was most of my life that you did this. Like, it didn't just stop. It kept going until I got out of high school. And all of a sudden, you don't. Okay. I'm going to need some time away from you and the things that you have done to me. Because when I tell people they've been bullied, they think of the most venomous, viciously disgusting things they can do to somebody when you bully them. You torture them mentally for their whole life. Yo, I'm effing this up. My bad. I got ice for a reason. I drink like warm, not all the time, but I keep water with me. Period, like bottles. I go through like 4 bottles in less than a day. Within a couple of hours. You know, I had this username since I was 18 years old. Haven't done any Animal Crossing in a minute. Serve me Animal Crossing. Now, I did some like 3 pre-recordings to make sure that it was when I stopped recording and listened back that you could hear my voice and you could hear what I was doing. I gotta hope that for an hour y'all didn't just hear nothing and I was just sitting there spilling my heart out and I wasted my efforts because me and the mic still don't get along, which I found a very affordable good mic. And boom, still don't get the desk standing one too. You eat good food. You just chilling, relaxing, with some chilling lo-fi vibes of Animal Crossing, which is really not lo-fi, but just give you that vibe. When I first heard lo-fi, I was like, is that a new Wi-Fi that just came out? What is that? My mom called it the Wi-Fi. I told my sister that I live with. I said, yes, when we first got Wi-Fi. She kept saying, yeah, you can you help fix the Wi-Fi? You know, you talking about the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi. This is why when I play games, I say that, or I say that yubita tubita. The Wi-Fi. I need you to fix the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna need you to let me know what that is, because I don't know what. I've never heard of that. I haven't played this in over a month. It's Tom Nook the Crook. It's 9/21. He's not lying. On this happy Saturday, October 5th, 2024. I can't say I have much in the way of news to report to you today. You never do. I had like 3 news reports. Come to think of it, what? October is here, and that means it's Halloween season. What would Halloween be without? Oh, decoration. I just perked up, my bad. Like, with games like this, I love decorating for holidays. Time has come to get started. Oh, it's early too. We'll be selling his pumpkin starts at the special price throughout the season. Not to be outdone, Timmy will also be offering pumpkin. Yo, Timmy. I feel like, what was that? South Park? Pumpkin starts for a limited time. Plus Timmy will be selling candy throughout Halloween. I suggest you stock up before. I can't eat it, which I got my own snack basket, guys. Wait. Never know what kind of Halloween mischief you'll need to ward off with some candy. We kidnapping people. I'm also looking for you got to ward away evil with candy for seeing everyone's costumes. You ready for Halloween on 31st? Yes. That's the 31st. Is that third? I think it's Thursday this year. Next year is Wednesday, Friday. Thank you, Tom Nook the Crook. For those who play Animal Crossing, y'all know what I mean. This is like Tom Nook the Crook. This game is actually for adults, because when you're a kid, you don't really understand. This is for adults or for people that's getting out of high school, college, and you realize, oh man, this is a real life game. Yeah, they cheat you your whole life. Back to me eating. Oh, that's the second time she did that, and it threw me off. I was just playing Tears of the Kingdom. Okay. Yeah, there's a Jack. I ain't need my dog Jack. With apple stuffed cheeks, I take long walks and read long books. I take long naps and long pajamas. A squirrel? Damn chipmunk? Tom Nook the Crook. Ooh, these are actually funny part. I like to be kind of different. And I was playing around with colors when I did my, I think I did it January 20th. I was looking at colors, like 2023. And I was like, man, because I'm the type of person that I go around different streams just to see what you've done and what I can do as well. Like, it helps me see what your setup and stuff is. Like, even when you're streaming, how it looks. And I was like, man, I need something like for intros, and I need my own theme color. It turned into like a sunset. And I was thinking like, man, this kind of reminds me of the colors you see in space or when the sun's setting. It looked like that. And then like not long ago, I'm like, wait, these are kind of Halloween colors, and no lie. It's like yellow, purple, orange, pinkish blue, like a sunset. I'll be creeping through the October 31st night for Halloween, my dear pumpkins. Until then, contemplate these. This portrait of yours truly, and get to work gathering lots of candy, as all good minions. Says her. Nook the Crook. All new body paint and eye color options are available at Nook Miles. Redemption items at the stop in the resident service. We hope you enjoy making all kinds of fun new looks for your next costume party. That's what I'm talking about. I guess we know what we got. Oh, I had enough space. I don't know who Yuka is. Mom's tea cozy. You don't go in the house. Like, man, when I tell y'all go on my gaming channel, the cozy. Cozy. Is it relax? Oh, no. Yeah, bitch, die. Halloween. Everybody goes. Oh, somebody's going off with the, Okay. No, somebody's going off. If you don't stop doing the two-step. All right, get that down. No! Oh, you can now do that? Okay. I forgot how to do it. Wait. They lucky. I forgot how to do it. You gotta be up. Yeah, you gotta be up on it. Dang. Yeah. Okay. You know, I'm sorry I cough like that. I'm just. Alright. It's bothering me. You would think she's not that close. Alright, somebody going off with it. Oh, about time. I couldn't sit for nothing. Alright, what else we got? We'll go over here. Okay. Ooh.
I was saying like I need a plant. Until next time. I ain't even talking. I'm my bad, y'all. Y'all just gonna have to just, Y'all went to the beat. Ooh. Sound like it was stuck. Believe me, I want different color shoes, but at the moment, I'm going to play this for a little bit. I ain't playing in a while. It's that damn ghost. I like that ghost because they give you stuff. It's just the task just be. Yo, what's up? What's going on? You hear that? There's some kind of scary rustling sound coming from behind you. No, I just farted, but what's up? Huh? That was just some paper stuck to you. Some toilet paper. I guess my reactions are all on overdrive. Why was that blue? I just want to teach you how to show you when distressed. Quit staring, I'm serious. This new emoji you just said? Ooh. I forgot how to do emojis, guys. No, you gonna sit here and look at my emoji. Alright, guys. I need a bunch of money. In that Harry Potter owl. But I need a bunch of money to upgrade my house. Like, I'm telling you, the amount of money, I get $98,000. When I tell you I was picking up weeds and everything else. Hey. What's going on? What's wrong? Whoa. I haven't seen you in forever. And mind you, can hear her say that. But, like, certain words, I realize you can hear it. It's been like, yo. It's been 3 months. 2 months, you talked away. It's been 3 months. Yo, the game keep tracks of how long you haven't been on. You know what? Since June? Think about June, July? Yeah. Damn. I don't like that. Been the same here without you. You know, I really miss my party buddy. My bad. Dang. If they got you gather stuff at shop, you might want this. To make a shovel. Pretty good tools recipe? So that means this shovel won't suck like the other one? So far, everything I built from there has been super... Ooh, yo! You the best! Do-do-do! Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Where that girl at? You just talk to people, they help you. I mean, this is probably the most friends I've ever had on a game. Sad. Where was the gorilla? You get a gorilla. Yo, who hot? You seem hyped as always. I just want to chat. You watch? Maybe someone wants to see what thousands. I'll show them. They don't need to hide. Okay. You did nothing absolutely for me, but alright. Alright, let me go. Let me visit Tom Crook the Nook. Tom Nook the Crook and his nephews. His crooked nephews, yeah. I'm tripping. Yo. I'm just trying to put this charger in, but it won't. But then I did it. Damn, Nook the Crook. What's up? What's going on? Which was Timmy Tammy? Which one you? Timmy? Alright, Timmy. Kel in the back always only drink orange soda. Like, always. Y'all can't tell. Is that Japanese or Korean in that orange soda can? The writing. About building a shop. What's for sale? Let's see that. Oh. Yo, I never knew. Medicine? See? Yo! A slingshot? Man, I'm gonna get them plants. That costs 900. I can make that myself. Is that a health drink? I just see I got a plus sign. Usually for games like that, that means when I see a plus and it's green, it's healthy. It means it's nasty. I don't know. I lied. Okay, let me figure out. I forgot what he needed. 30. 30. Oh wow. That's all I need. Oh, my bad. Okay. All right. Let's get to chopping. You can swap through stuff, but like... I feel safe with you around. You are my friend. Alright. Should I craft thee something? Yes. Wahaha. You better not be around me when I'm done. Let's do it. I'm curious. Are you supposed to hit the bird with that? So it's October, that means it's different bugs out. I hate bugs, but I need to put you. I ain't got that much wood. Dang, son. It's fine. Nobody's not gonna take it. It's not gonna say that. And when they say that Japan's kind of safe, pretty much safe, except for like the creepy ass people, this is like Animal Crossing. Ooh. Okay. Is there no rocks? I forgot how to run fast. There you go. What the? See? I just had no room. Is it 0 rocks? Huh. Welcome back to Gemini Talks. Let me say something so like I ain't saying nothing. I hope you all are enjoying yourselves. I think I just threw that there too. Alright, now to a topic. Because I just remembered I got a topic. So. Alright. So I don't know if anybody else noticed. And I remember what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I need all my clothes. They went in storage? No. I was just gonna rock this until I get it to the house. I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of black inspirational like people that's going through stuff in their life. Like, and these are even young, like black kids, even other races that are talking about life right now and how they're figuring out that being on the phone, being on social media, being around certain types of people, like you need to break away from them for a minute and do your own thing, try to figure out life, because right now it's just hard. But I don't know if anybody else knows or seen on YouTube, and the inspirational are all of a sudden you're the chosen one. This is a bunch of those are in 3 days this will happen, God and this and that. And at this point, I'm the type of person, even when I believe it, or everything ain't for you and you just can't believe everything that's being said and done, because there are people that's just making a video just to make a video. So I'm very picky and careful with what I watch, because there's definitely some BS going on. So it's been popping up a lot, and it's just like a common denominator, except for like some of them. But one, I didn't click on it right away. I said if it keeps popping up, I'll click, but I won't listen to it. I'll just put it on mute and look at the That's considered 2. Awesome. I wish I didn't do that. That part I don't like. But it says it's a lot about a lot of people, which I'll talk some different one. I wrote a bunch of stuff down. Like I can even show y'all. I can show y'all like, forgive like the Halloween thing. I was trying to show them how to do a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern face, but and something just for to help with keeping things organized with wires. But I was writing stuff down so I can so I could remember what it was, because I'm reading the comments, right? And basically it's a lot. Now, not all of them are videos that you should be watching about. Okay. About, you know, because at this point, how jobs are and how people are being treated, I understand fully why people feel this way. So I say I would take that. This is that was going to be for a different time. I'm going to talk about, but see, but for the sake of this conversation, I'm gonna just bring it up like as mildly as possible. Talking about 9-to-5 jobs and how God told I'm still on the fence about stuff like this and working my way through my own spiritual stuff and what's real and what's not. And this is not for everybody. Okay? This is not everybody's energy. Where you at in your life, it's different for everybody. Not everybody feels this way. I feel like it's not even feel like, I've been told, and it's still being told, even when I was young, that you just can't sit around and just do nothing and expect something to be granted to you. Like, I understand at this point in time, for what for what I need to do and to survive, I need a job. I just know it just can't be this job. I don't know if it's one I threw away, didn't need. I don't know. Because I'm getting the same repetitive stuff. But I read the comments because the title, and you know, the title could be a bit deceiving. It wasn't really deceiving, but I was wondering if people didn't understand what she was trying to say. Because, you know, somebody could be sitting there saying it, and there's a lot of that going on. I know exactly what you mean, but people interpret it in a different way. So I'm reading through the comments, right? And I don't understand people that if you're doing this, something is completely wrong with you. You need to get some help. Because the fact that you think that this is healthy and then you just automatically going to be given something, you are not. Because from what I was taught, that this is what I do believe in. Okay? You sitting around and saying, I don't know how many people are saying this. God told you to leave your job. All right. That's great. But you still should have a backup plan. Now, don't just leave it and then all of a sudden you don't have nothing going. I understand that you trying to find a job and it's hard to find one. Because I was trying so hard and you find some I never had scams or anything. But these people that sit there, like I wrote an entire thing, had to show evidence before I started working at the last daycare and this one of what was going on with the scams. There's a whole bunch of them, and there's this thing where they're making it seem like they're hiring people and then they don't, which that is just messed up on its own. To think that is a thing. Wait. No. Huh? No. They need to have an aim. I haven't seen this thing. Okay. But I do not believe that you sit there and then you do nothing. Like, I've been told since I can remember that you're not just going to do nothing and expect everything to be done for you, even if it's a spiritual thing. Who told you that if you don't do anything, like if you don't get out and look for a job, to try your best? And believe me, I know it's hard because unfortunately there is thing as people putting up job postings and not hiring people, or they act like they're going to hire people and then they don't. They make it, they sit there and they try to scare their employees, which at this point you're not scaring them, you're giving them a way out because you're already tired of your ass anyway. It was very frustrating and I was in tears and stuff like this, and I was like, dude, I'm basically being forced to do a job I was trying so hard not to do again. I don't want to do it. I'm over it. I don't want to do it because I already know I don't want to be in that place. I've done it. Next. But I don't have a choice. So I'm reading the comments, right? Because I've said something told me just, read the comments because, all right, guys, I'm sorry, but I need to see. Okay. Nope. It sure was my birthday. Oh, dang, I missed it. I was sick for 2 weeks, so. But I'm reading the comments, right? And there are more alarming comments than anything. If you're sitting here and you're providing a message like this and you're really sincere about God or whatever you're doing, you need to put a disclaimer that you still need to do something. Like, don't expect God to do everything for you and then you don't do the hard work to get to, because if it's like, hey, right now I'm still on the fence about some stuff when it comes to stuff like this, and this is how I believe what I was taught, and I kind of agree with in ways. You're not gonna get it. Like, they don't see you putting effort in, so why should they give you something? Like, that's even with other humans. If your parents see that you're putting the hard work and the effort in it, they're like, oh, you're being serious. There are people who've been waiting for years. Lady literally said, my bills are overdue and I'm still waiting for God to give me an answer. So you left your job. You don't know how you gonna pay your bills, but won't God do it? And these are people that's been waiting for years. Lady said, I left my job 3-4 years ago. There's days when she don't know if her water bill is gonna be shut off, but won't God do it? So for 4 years you've been waiting. You sound lazy. You sound like you just waiting just to get a paycheck from God and be like, all right, here's your stimulus check from God. What? You're not going to get anything if you don't do anything. Like, if you don't see that you're doing something and to earn it, why do you deserve to get it? That don't make sense to me. I'm looking at, like, I feel like it's your responsibility when you make and it shouldn't be your responsibility. That's the bad part, because the people could hear what you have to say and then put it in their own spin, and you're like, that's not what I was trying to say about 5 to 9 jobs. It's not for everybody.
It shouldn't be for a thing to begin with. But unfortunately, the way this planet decided, the people on this planet decided they wanted to do things. That was the thing. But that was mind-boggling to me. That the people here, like, there were some real concerned ones where it's like they don't know what to do. They don't know they're lost, their purpose. They're trying to figure stuff out, and this ain't it. Like, they know it's not it, but they don't know what to do. I don't understand when people say that God talked. I feel like for a lot of people, you don't hear his voice or any other voice. His, she, he, we are the world. They. I don't know who voice you hearing, but I feel like you're just letting people on a wild goose chase, saying what you think is going to be that's going to benefit your channel, and then nothing happens because I don't know what the voice of God or anything sounds like. I mean, I had some things like maybe a year ago that I was like, no. Before I got this job, about to be almost a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago, almost like a year and a half, that I heard, but it was more of a warning, and then it turned out to be true because it was happening in real time, and I was like, I've never heard that in my life. But that was interesting in itself. But to sit there and be like, you ain't get a job for such and such years, you don't know how you, and then people got kids and are saying this, they got kids and are saying that they don't know how things are going to get paid. They got their kids. They ain't got it. What, you put your children in jeopardy because you're selfish? Because you waiting for a word to tell you when? It's different when you're actually putting in the effort, you're trying, you looking, and you in tears, and you just don't know. Like, why do I keep doing this if everything that's leading me to go here, wherever I gotta go, it lets me down? Like, why am I doing this? Every day I'm not making no progress. Do anybody care? Like, why am I doing this? Why did I just do that? Let's answer that question. Why did I just do that? So the fact that you have the audacity to put in the comments that you waiting for God, but you ain't doing anything to show God that you want something to get done. I'm gonna need somebody to explain that to me. I'm gonna really need somebody to make me understand what you're talking about right now. Because nothing you're saying makes sense to me. You are really telling me that you're just gonna sit, do nothing, not knowing, and mind you, 2023, for about 3 months, I was eating the same food. It was rice with corn. Until around the corner, I had to use string beans. I was like literally putting soy sauce, trying to figure out how I was going to eat. Because somebody decided that, well, and it makes sense if the bill, and I didn't even have no Christmas lights outside. I had them inside, and then because I already knew, I only had them on for an hour, turned them off, and it was just lights on the wall. We barely had half the other part of the tree. We don't know where it's at. We think somebody stole the top part of the tree. It's gone. Can't find it. So I didn't even turn the lights on for that, really, because there's no point. So you telling me I gotta pay a bill that I can't afford to pay, and then you expect me to pay it, knowing that I don't have a job. You didn't even ask me the courtesy to ask me, well, how much you got in your paycheck? How much you got in your bank account, so we can figure this out. And then you expect me to pay other bills I don't have money for. And then you cook yourself a bunch of food knowing that I'm in the house and there's nothing really to eat. When I tell you, from April, May, up until the end of June, I was just eating right. So I lost over 30 something pounds from not just exercising, but from starving. And I used to have to eat at a certain times so I wouldn't feel like I was so hungry that it was just hard for me to move, because I had to plan it out. So me going through that, and you telling me
that you sitting there praying and hoping that God hears you, that you just do nothing and you don't, mind you, that happened since January. I was looking for a job and I was struggling because all these people would sit there, and this is when I found out that and this is scamming itself, that employees do this, the companies. You act like you're hiring people, but you really don't. The fact, and then I try to tell my mom, and then it hits the news, and I'm telling her, and she just don't believe me. She sat there and argued with me. I'm telling you, I even showing her evidence. I'm applying at all these jobs. They're making it seem like they need people, but do they really need people? Because you're not even. I'm making it to all these the top parts, and then as soon as it gets to where I need to be, I don't make it. I'm like, all of them, and then 2 of them are scams. And then that just lets you down even more. I'm sitting here and I'm the type of person, I gotta do thorough research. I'm searching everybody that's underneath you, around you, diagonally across from you. You doing that. And I'm arguing with her over nothing. It's the point I had to hang up because I was like, dude, it's literally hit the news. Because I didn't know that was a thing. But you're sitting at home doing nothing. Saying, won't God do it? Won't he do it? But you won't do for yourself or your family? Like, you gotta meet anybody halfway. You just can't expect everything handed to you because at this point, you don't deserve anything. That's not fair to people that's actually trying their best, figuring it out, struggling, being frustrated, crying, don't know what they know. This ain't it, but they don't know what they're supposed to do. And they're like, well, for how long? I keep waiting, keep looking for an answer. Nothing's happening. This is why I'm on the fence with some things, because some things don't make sense to me. So that is the biggest thing that don't make sense. You waiting for somebody to hand deliver you something, but you won't put in the effort. Why would you think God will give you something when he don't see, he, she, they, we, it, we all the world? Don't, because I don't know if it, we just say he because that's the best thing that you do, because you don't know what it is. You're just going to wait. And if I'm just saying, as a human being and being taught this, that you need to meet somebody halfway. If you expect things, like if you want things, at least even when you're a child and your parents will tell, hey, meet me halfway. Because if you expect me just to give it to you, you're not going to learn anything. You expect God to just sit there and watch you do nothing. And you just saying, well, he'll do it for me. He'll do what if you ain't doing nothing? He don't see you doing anything. You're not putting, you rather your children starve? You rather you don't have anything? You rather your bills be overdue because you're not trying to get a job until you get answers? So you just sit there and you do nothing. That was very concerning for me. I was like, half of these things that you see on YouTube, you can't trust when it comes to stuff like this. So why would... I really saw that at work. I was like, let me just not listen. I don't want to hear what she's saying. I just want to see the comment section. Just to see if what's going on, because people be tripping. Oh no. Wasn't that just given to me? I don't want anything Nick the Crook got. But then that squirrel just give me? I ain't trying to be broke. Like, I gotta be like real life stuff in games because people be trying to take advantage of you. Oh, that's okay. I got that. I ain't got a light, but I got one now. Maybe to hang on the wall. Ooh. You got daisies? Or Rosalia? Rosalina, I'm sorry. Is that Rosalia? Ooh. Y'all should get that. Paulina. This is the loaning your deposit. Okay. Yeah. Hello, hello. What you like to talk to me about? I'm all ears. Okay, I'm that's very generous. You said thank you, but you didn't tell. Okay. What you got here? Nothing. Okay. I need to change these clothes. That was insane to see the comments. Back to what I was saying. Ooh. Oh, let me get out your way if you want to catch it. You just doing it for show? Okay. You did it. Oh, or not. You know, happens to the best of us. Alright. Like, there are some things I do not understand. Again, no bitch. All of them are gone? You mean there was multiple ones? You can open this? What did I just do? Yo, why was they? Because being this damn island. That's how it be in Texas, like for real. You had to be dirty. Something going on, which is weird since they like clean. This was just weird because they supposed to be clean. So they're dirty to me. You're not clean. You're a bug. You're disgustingly dirty. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. Because I have a feeling I need this, the gear, the rest of the gear. I need to give this up to that dude. Now, I don't know if that lady, she was older. I don't, and you know, they learn some things after years, and it's good to learn while you're, you know, earlier in life to help you because you will really get screwed over. Which that's another topic I will get into, like the whole 9 to 5 thing and like how people are feeling because you just basically work to die. But I don't know what she said. In that context, I'm just reading the comments and people just do and say weird things because their own interpretations and stuff. Like when somebody clearly gives you a compliment on your culture and you be like, that's not a compliment at all. They just trying to make us feel like we're back in slavery. I'm like, all right, this is why I can't talk to people like this because you're black and my black will never be the same. And I found that out when I was young. Like I said, just because I live in the hood and the projects don't mean we're all the same. I'm not. I am nothing like them. They ain't nothing like me. I grew up and seen it and watch it, and I don't know why, but at a young age, my conscience told me that ain't the way. That is not life. That's something that's attractive in my eyes. I don't see anything appealing about acting like an ass. The fact that I go in my city and people in stores ask me, am I from my city? Am I from my state? No, not even my state, my city. They're like, man, you seem like you're from the suburban area or from down south. Well, technically, all my family is. And I don't understand that. That's what I said. We all don't have the same experience. So I didn't experience what you experienced. My experience is different than yours. But when you feel like you need to sit there and take a compliment, that's clearly a compliment. Anybody can tell you it's a compliment. And you turn it into that you're the type of person I can't be around, because that means you nag and complain about everything. You suspicious. And it's bad enough sometimes you gotta be. But that means every word. It's like you dating a guy and a girl, and this is a really good guy, but the girl's just suspicious of everything. That means you got some healing lessons you need to learn. Like, you was clearly getting a compliment, but I don't know what happened in your life, but you decided, what you mean by that? Oh, you just trying to bring me. No, Nick, girl, I was just trying to give you a compliment. This is why you can't hang out with everybody. This is why there's some things you just don't need to debate on, because it's clearly it is what it is, but you make it out to be something that it's not. So you're not worth my energy, my speaking to, my voice, my speech, none of that. Marvelous. You hear him say it. I'm gonna be real honest. I don't want to know. It's them damn trigger buttons. The fact that that's the thing. I feel the same way. I don't do bugs either. Why not? For the sake of this, I'm done after this. I think I took up a lot of time. It's a bunch of them. They need to hurry up and find somewhere else to go. I don't like them at all. That's disgusting. You learn on the ground. They deserve to pay a $500 fine. Anywho, you hear him say, anywho. Make sure they the bane of my existence too. This is why, I like cutting grass and stuff. It's not bad. It's what is in the nature that is bad. Like, it's not supposed to take too long. It takes too long because I'm running and screaming from bugs. Let me give a donation to this and you don't sleep. And I'm gonna sell that cricket. Now this is why choosing and picking your battles, I'm not even trying to pick a battle. I ain't trying to start war. This is why when they ask about certain things, even about your own ethnic group, you can't even talk about that, because then somebody, well, you ain't black enough, or you ain't human enough, because you just don't got no damn common sense. Like, at the end of the day, you're human. You're human. Like, you go by that too. Like, you're not just you're the color of your skin. You go by as a human as well. That should equal up to something. This is like, but I just sit back and I'm like, you know what? Not my monkey, not my circus. Like, they argue just for nothing. Like, we're going in circles. Like, you didn't prove nothing. Yeah, you can have it. And now you got a book in your hand. I'll let you know right now, I've never seen that dude with a book. Wow. Then you can just not get anything. Yeah, you should be happy I'm donating the amount that I got now. Ew. Yo, like, this is why I need a slingshot. Because that deserves to die. Like, why are you... You can break. I need money. I was back, Mr. Krabs and his money. Mine. Like, there ain't gonna be no rocks anytime soon, so I might as well just call it. Alright guys, this has been Gemini Talks. Thank you so much for those that will be watching in the near future this video. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend. That's the exact time it is for me right now. I got another recording to do for some games. It's going to be recording until probably 12, 1 o'clock. And then get some rest. Take it slowly. I don't know my purpose. I feel lost. I don't know if I'm in the right track. Like, I've been seeing numbers since my 20s when I worked in the casino. It's always been my birthday. It's never been any other number. And I met a customer who said that was her dad passed away birthday. Or no, he passed away on that day. A person at Flower Shop, her dad's birthday is the same and her dad passed away. Like, I've seen some things on my birthday on that date. And I still see it. Like, I saw it recently. Like, I didn't know anything about angel numbers, any of that. I don't know if it truly means something or not. I honestly don't know. Like, I feel like, dude, how much more of my time do I have to keep wasting of my potential and me being to be creatively and just work at a job that I actually truly like? For me, I want to do better because I just don't want to be in a place where I'm on repeat. And it's like, you didn't learn your lesson. So you like being in situations like that. I don't want to do that. No, you should. Because you need to learn that you're also your own problem. Like, relationship. If you keep being with the type of guys, but you're not with that type of guy or girl or whoever you're with, and you're like, this is a different person, but they got the same habits or almost things that remind you of them, and it's not in a good way, that means you need to stay away from them. That means you're attracting these people because you're still in that energy. I don't want to be around low vibrational people. There's a bunch of low vibrational stuff happening around this world that shouldn't even be a thing, that I just don't like, period. So do I need any extra drama in my life? Do I need to still be frustrated and sad and then feel like I come to work and it's like, again? Like, I really told another teacher that the best thing that you can do is you clock in and you tell yourself that Friday will be here soon. Like, I literally now, since last week, I've been saying when I clock in, Friday will be here soon. Like, that is my motivation for right now. Friday will get here soon. I need to make sure I have a way to sustain a way of living. And there are things right now, a couple of things that I need to help me with what I want to do. So I have to tell myself every day when I clock in that Friday will be here soon. And that try not to attach yourself too much, because you'll put into emotion, too much emotion, and it'll drain you. Because dealing with that little girl and the other shenanigans, and you sitting there and you're lost and confused and you don't know this is so-called the right path, but you know intuitionally, you're in your intuition that this ain't the right place. So why am I on this path if I don't want to even be here? Like, but you got no choice at the moment. So I have to keep telling myself Friday will come soon, and that don't attach yourself too much. Just do what's necessary. You care about certain things, because if you start to care too much, and it starts to drain you. Like, you should put your kindness into people that deserve it. Like, you can't exactly sit there and just slack off and do nothing. You still got a job to do. But I just won't be how I was before, because that will literally put you in a hospital. So take care of yourself. Think you need to sit there and think and look at things in your life that you just don't like, and actually write it down and be like the pros and cons and what's the common denominator with some things.
Because if you want to be better, you're going to have to do better. You can't just be sitting there waiting for things to be given to you and it don't happen. That just don't make any sense to me. I'm going to go. This has been Gemini Talks. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, a beautiful evening, night, morning, afternoon, depending on what part of the world that you are in. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. It wasn't supposed to be this long, but hey, you never know. You're having a conversation with yourself. I will catch you guys later. Once again, enjoy the rest of your night. Do something like a hobby that might turn one day into something really successful. Think outside the box. Try to figure out what job you're interested in. What people you really want to be around. Because like being around like-minded people, I'm not around them because we don't have nothing in common. So, except for some of us, we know that this is just not it. But you don't want to keep talking about the same thing over and over because it can bring you down too. So, yeah, it's a lot. You're just going to have to figure it out somehow. Catch y'all later. Bye. I can hear my voice. I'm tired now.